We have breaking news. Air Canada officials are giving an update this morning as the clock ticks down on a flight attendant strike. This morning, we can confirm some flights are being canceled. Craig Krause is at YVR with the latest on this. Good morning, Craig. So what can you tell us?
Well, good morning, Karen. You just mentioned off the top there are a few cancellations when it comes to flights out of YVR today. We have Manila, Singapore, and Sydney, Australia. Those are long-ranging flights that are happening later on today. Those are confirmed canceled by Air Canada due to the labor disruption. Again, I'm going to bring in the local union president, who is the interim president, Henley Lardon, to join us live here at YVR. So right now, negotiations are ongoing. What can you tell us at this point?
Well, our bargaining committee is still at the table willing to negotiate. Air Canada, as we know, has asked for arbitration, which would be binding, and ultimately, at the end of the day, that's not going to be forging the path that we really need to. They're not acknowledging, Air Canada is not acknowledging the safety critical work that we have been pleading to have addressed. They're relying on an arbitrator to look at kind of the past practice, the history, the application, to create a tentative agreement that's not going to align with really what we need as a whole going forward.
Unpaid work, that's the thing that's sticking out the last several days. What exactly does that encapsulate?
When we check in, so when we report to duty, we are on duty. We're public facing. We are safety critical members. We get to the gate, we have to do our crew briefing, safety briefing. We get on board, we check the aircraft, we ensure that all the safety the information and tools are there on board, and from that point forward, we end up having to be on. Then we bring on our passengers, we get them seated, baggage loaded, and then from there, once the wheels push back is when we're actually paid.
So off the top there, I did mention that there are 3 cancellations. I spoke to a family this morning that said they're on their way to Calgary for their son's wedding. They're obviously very concerned. They're buying additional flights just in case these do get canceled this weekend. What is your message to passengers who are anxious about flights when it comes to Air Canada right now?
So we served notice in December, and I really, really want the public to understand we came to the table at that time. And it is now in the last hours that we are saying, you know what, Air Canada, please join us. We can negotiate this. We're not being unreasonable. But when in 2025, when work is unpaid, it's just not, it's not feasible. It's not reasonable. And the passengers need to understand we're doing work, we're trained to do the work, and we should be paid.
There's still time to make a deal?
You know what? We're waiting. I do believe Air Canada can. Whether they will, that's in their hands. So passengers need to know that it is Air Canada, not the flight attendants, that are to blame.
Emily, thanks for joining us this morning. Carrie, I just want to mention that Air Canada did say that this could potentially affect over 130,000 passengers because of this labor disruption. They are working to get this deal done before that deadline of Saturday. But if they cannot, that means that a complete work stoppage could potentially happen beginning Saturday at 1 a.m. Carrie?
Impacting potentially 130,000 passengers. That is a huge number. Okay, hopefully, fingers crossed, they can resolve this. Craig Krause joining us live. Thanks, Craig.